Alright, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In this one, I wanted to talk about how I, as a 19-year-old kid who never finished high school and is not getting a college degree of any kind, have sold over $100,000 of consulting services online in the past, I don't know how long I've been doing this. I'll say year, maybe year and a half, alright? Depends on how you define it, right? It's kind of all a bit of a blur at this point. And I'll show proof as well. You can, I guess I'll throw something up here or maybe put something in the comments or something. But really, I just wanted to talk about the mindset that I approach business with and the perspective that I operate on top of, okay? Because I'll be honest, everything is perspective. I don't care how much model you get, how much business technical stuff you get from my channel. I'll teach you Facebook ads, I'll teach you all that stuff, I'll teach you how to get clients, I'll teach you everything like that. And I've got, a full training and then as well a course which is inarguably better than any of my competitors. I hate to say it, but it really is. And it teaches you everything you're gonna need to know, okay? But goodness, the perspective is everything that you need, okay? It really truly is. And my perspective is that, freaking goodness, we live in the time where there is more human connectivity than ever thanks to the internet. I live in a free market economy, the United States of America, right? And I have all the freaking time in the world because I'm a kid, and who am I to not make a lot of money right now? That's kind of where I'm at. Because, goodness, if you look at business, all it is two people, two parties, where one party values the other party's asset, product, or service more than they value the money that it takes to purchase that asset or product or service. And so there's a transaction. And then both are elevated after the transaction. Both parties are better because both get something they want more than the thing that they had, and that's trade. And then if you introduce to that model, 7 billion people, you got 7 billion people, and then if you also introduce to that model 3.5 or 4 billion of those people all being able to connect instantaneously with the internet at any given time and transact at a mass rate far more than we've ever seen in humanity ever, then how on earth are people not out there trying to make this work? That's my perspective. My perspective is that $100,000 is freaking chump change. The amount of people that are on this platform, the amount of people I could get to watch me if I just paid the money, the amount of people I could serve with my agency, the amount of people that they're everywhere. And I was having this conversation with a really, really good mentor of mine a couple days ago, and I basically told him, I said, look, is it weird? Is it cocky? Is it flashy? Is it okay if I'm thinking that there are thousands of people out there that if I was just on the phone with them, and they saw the value of my service, that they'd pay me 10 grand right now? It's no, that's how you need to be thinking all the time. That is how everybody should be thinking. If you run an agency, if you have a consulting business of any kind, if you're a coach, anything like that, that is the way to think, man. Because there are so many people, who need help. There are so many problems to solve. You are one step ahead of billions of people, and if you just sell that step to them, goodness, man, there's so much money to be made. So that's kind of my perspective. Now, how did I actually practically do it, though? How did I actually go from, pretty much nothing in the bank account, not much of a name for myself, not really doing a whole lot with my life, kind of just playing Minecraft and freaking doing nothing, right? To now, having a business that is well over a 5-figure business monthly in terms of profit for myself, having a legacy and impact on people's lives. I get DMs all the time from people that say that I've helped them. And how did I actually do it? What's the secret? What is it? It's a couple of things. And first, I'm going to hit on, the compound effect. If you put in a little bit every day, it grows. All right, that's the most important thing. And it's not a linear growth. It's a slow, steady, nothing happens for a while, and then all of a sudden you start shooting up. It's like a hockey stick, okay? If you understand that idea, you're going to be way more comfortable doing this for a while, okay? And that's a part of it. I did this too, man. I did all kinds of stupid stuff. I made stupid decisions, spent money where I shouldn't have, started a business I shouldn't have started, connected with people that didn't end up helping me at all. There's all kinds of things that I did that I massively regret, and that's a part of everybody's journey, okay? So that's the first thing you gotta understand, is the compound effect and understanding that the decisions that you make at the beginning of this cycle affect the influence and impact of when you're here, okay? And personally, I still feel like I'm here. I still feel like I'm right. Like, a lot of people view me as here. I'm not. Like, I am still just chugging along down here at the bottom of this thing. My goal is so much bigger than what I'm doing now. It's way higher. I couldn't even tell you, like, I had a call with a coaching student recently, and their goal is like $5,000-$6,000 a month with their agency, and I think they're at like 2.5 or 3 or something like that, right? They're just wanting to double what they're making, and I'm like, I hate to tell you this, but the best perspective that you can have that will move the needle for you is how little that is how not that much money that is. Now, I'm not saying that if you have zero in your bank account that that's not a problem. I'm not saying that if you want to make more money that that's not a good thing. I'm not saying that, $10, $20, $30,000 a month isn't a lot of money for a lot of people. But what I am saying is for you to have the right perspective on how much abundance there is out there. And if you really understand that and internalize that, it's going to change everything for you. You're going to realize how much there is to be made. How much impact, how much money, how much whatever you really want. And that's the beautiful thing about humans is that, we have a part of God in us, and he's a creator, right? And he creates environments and does things that he wants to do. And he just freaking makes it happen. And, we're the only animal that can do that, right? We're the only animal that can kind of look at our lives and be like, all right, like I'm here, but I'd rather be here. And I'm just going to make that happen. And we can choose consciously with free will to make that happen. And some people still don't understand how powerful that is. They still are not conceptualizing. And even like me, I'm not even that good of an example of this. It's only like $100,000. Like, that is not that much sold. In the grand scheme of things, there's businesses that do that every freaking day. They do that every hour, right? There's thousands of businesses that do that every hour. They're out there. They exist, and I'm just a little ant. I'm just a tiny little fluttering butterfly trying to figure my crap out. I don't have anything figured out. I'm tiny, I'm small. And once you really internalize that, it makes you realize how much there is to do. There's just so much to do. So that's the first thing. I think having that perspective, compound effect, understanding how much there is out there. And the next thing, if you're not going to run an agency, okay, which I think is probably one of the best opportunities out there today, and I can make a whole hour-long video as to why that is. If you're not going to run an agency, pick a model of some kind and stick to it for at least a year. Don't change your niche, don't change your service, don't change what you're selling. Stick to one thing and do it for a year. Okay, Russell Brunson has this really good quote. If you don't know who Russell is, he's a really good internet marketer guy. And I listen to his podcast sometimes. I'm a slight fan of him. And what he talks about, he's like, look, if you enter an industry, don't leave it until you've generated $1 million in that industry. Don't leave it, okay? And that's the perspective that you should approach this with. That is the perspective. Not, all right, I made $1,000, I made like $2,000, all right, I'm gonna kind of, no. Play with bigger cards, man. $1 million, and then that's when I can decide if it's worth sticking around with or not. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna make at least $1 million in at least, incoming revenue before I even decide if this is something I want to do long term. And I'm already at 100,000, so really, and things are growing at a good compound rate. So at this point, it's really not that far away, and I think that's a really cool thing to get to say. And so that's another thing you have to understand is that if you flip your niche, if you pick different things, if you play around, you have shiny object syndrome, goodness, you're not gonna get anything done, man. Pick one thing and just do it. Just stick to it for at least a year. Put at least 4 hours a day into it minimum and track your results. Have a spreadsheet. I put in 6 hours this day. Here's what I did. Here's the result of it. What do I change? If you could just ask yourself, what am I selling? How am I selling it? How do I make what I'm selling better? And how do I sell it better? And you just do that for a year with whatever industry you're in, you're gonna do well, man. Like, it's the internet. It's freaking, especially if you live in the United States or any other free market country where you're not getting taxed to crap and, you're not like, having to freaking, I don't know, there's all kinds of loopholes you have to jump through. Then there is so much opportunity everywhere, okay? You have to understand that. So understand the compound growth, commit to something for at least a year. Next thing is make your personal life simple. And I heard this on a Sam Ovens video recently, and he said, like, if you want to succeed, you have to have a kind of an optimized or simple personal life. Don't make it complicated, right? I still live at home with family because I love my family. I'd rather live at home with them. I could very much afford like a balled out like apartment someplace downtown or something, but why would I, like, it's stupid to me. It just feels stupid, right? And then, you know, make your personal life simple, make your expenses low, you know, as long as you can, keep them low. You know, I have family. I've got like 2 or 3 close friends, and now I have a girlfriend, right? This is recent development, like past like month and a half, so sorry, ladies. And then, you know, and just optimize it. Keep it really simple. Like, you know, have people that you go to for advice, have people that you mentor and help, and have people that are sort of on your same level that you can network with and learn from and share notes with. And that's all you need. Like, that's all you need. It's not that complicated. You know, keep it simple. Remove unnecessary fat in your personal life so you can focus on your business. Or if you don't want to do business, remove unnecessary fat in your business so you can focus on your personal life. That's okay too. There's nothing wrong with that, right? So in general, what I want you to come away with this video with is a sort of a fresh perspective on how much opportunity there is, because it's just everywhere, man. It's so crazy how much there is out there. There is so much to do, and so many people to help, and so many services to sell, and so many people that need them. And honestly, there are people out there, there's at least one person out there that if you were on the phone with, they'd pay you 50 grand right now, 100 grand, 200 grand, whatever, because of something that you know that they need, or something that you can do that they need right now, you know? And having that perspective is going to change everything for you. It honestly will. So that's all I wanted to do with this video. I didn't want to flex, they're like flashy or anything like that. I just want to be down to earth and honest about what's gotten me to where I'm at, right? Like, I haven't, you know, put money down on a freaking Jag yet, even though I really want to. I haven't, like, moved out, gotten a nice place. I haven't, like, the only thing I've gotten is, like, the stupid watch, which I kind of don't like anymore. I just wear it because it's cool looking. And, like, that's it. And I'm just working hard and building my business from my bedroom. And by this time, when I'm, like, 25 or 26, my goal is that I have $1 million net worth, or I've at least built $1 million a year business. That is my goal. I want $1 million a year business. And it's really not that unreasonable to achieve that at the rate that I'm headed right now. And it's also not that unreasonable for you to do the same. Don't look at me as somebody to compare to. Look at me as an example of a kid who is literally like the nerdiest, geekiest freaking Minecraft YouTuber kid. Literally, I have a Minecraft YouTube channel. If you find it, I will sue you. Who went from that to this, okay? And if I can do that, then you can too, and it's really not that unreachable. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next video.